living with no regrets. Today's motivational thought comes from something that I decided personally about 25, maybe even more years ago, and it's this. Many times that we have situations that we regret because we didn't get this done in time, we didn't do enough with this. But the one thing that most people regret at the end of their life is not spending enough time with family. Let me challenge you with something. We live in a very busy world, a very busy culture, and we can become so entangled with all the things that we have going on in our immediate family that we lose focus on the necessity of relationships, especially with parents and grandparents. When I moved back home in the year 2000, I moved in with my parents until I got married. And one of the things that I did intentionally is when my parents would go to attend a party or an event with other people, maybe they were invited to someone's home. If I was invited as well, I would do my best to go with them. I spent a lot of time with my parents back then and still do with my dad today. And I'm quite intentional about that. You see, I knew when I moved home that my grandmother was getting older and starting to struggle in her health. So I tried to do what I could to spend time with my grandmother so that when she passed away, I never said, I wish I spent more time with her. As my mom's health began to decline several years ago, I remember thinking, I want to spend time with my mom. So if my mom and dad want to hang out and do dinner and stop by the house, or I would stop by their house, I didn't just think of, well, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that, because easily we can become very busy. But I was somewhat intentional. And I'm thrilled to say that as much time as I could, I spent with my mom. Could I have done more? Sure, I could have. We all can. But for me, whenever she passed, I can't say, oh man, I wish I spent more time with my mom. In the same element, I do the same thing with my kids. Now, Jackson's a little older now, and he doesn't want to hang out with Dad. But Parker, I spend as much time as I can with him. Am I busy? Do I have a litany of things, a list of things I could be doing and working on and projects? Absolutely. I think we all do. But there are times that I intentionally put that away and spend time with Parker. Now, you may look at it and say, well, Troy, I have to do this and I have to do that. I get it. I do too. And I believe in the saying that we don't put the time into accomplishing something. I don't believe in the wording, I don't have enough time. If it's valuable to you and it's valuable to me, we will make the time, whatever that might be. So I don't buy the excuse, I don't have enough time to do this. So when you look at the value of these relationships and you put the time into spending with your kids, when they get a little older, you'll never say, I wish I would have invested more time with my kids. I wish I wouldn't have worked as much. I wish I wouldn't have done this as much or that as much. Whatever it is that's taking your time away. Take the time needed to build into your kids. Make the time for your parents or your friends a priority in your life. You won't regret it. I can't say that there's nothing that I don't regret. I'm not going to say that. But in the manner of relationships with my kids and with my parents, I believe one day will come when I can say, I did as much as I felt that I could, and I have no regrets of the relationship that we had. Let me challenge you with that today. Have a blessed day.